Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today we are here with Pedro Doordash Santiago. Pedro, is Doordash really your middle name?
For YouTube it is. No, definitely not my name.
All right.
I think I'm gonna have to change it. I've been doing a lot less DoorDash the last week, man. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So
what have you been focusing on?
I've been doing more Uber, and so in my market, they cut they modified the base pay from $3 to $2.25. So every delivery I do is usually 3 miles or less. So I mean, I got like a 10 to 15% pay cut last week because my business model is I do a lot of short runs. I'm in a bigger city, and so yeah, so I'm losing 75 cents every order, regardless if it's if it was an $8 order last week, this week it's $7.25. So damn, that sucks.
Where are you dashing?
St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis.
I have not been there in a long time.
Market, it's busy. It's a busy market. So it's not a big city, but the market's very, very, very busy. A lot of zones. So
yeah, where have you been? How long have you been in St. Louis for?
So I've lived in St. Louis for 30 years, man. Yeah.
30 years old?
What's that?
Are you 30 years old?
I'm 39. I was born in Chicago, lived there, went to school there. And then when I was in 3rd or 4th grade, we moved out to St. Louis. So.
Oh, okay. You like it there though?
Yeah. Okay. I like it here. I do. Yeah. It's a good family town. Cost of living. It's enough to do, good places to eat, good places to hang out. So I like it.
That's cool. There's a theme park I was supposed to perform at. I think it's called Worlds of Fun or something up there.
Yeah. We have one of those it's a little bit outside of St. Louis, but it's in Missouri. So yeah, it's a big destination for people out here. So
yeah, for sure. All right. So what did you do before you were gig driving?
I was a director at a casino, a food and beverage director. So I managed 10 outlets at a big casino in St. Louis. And I did that up until this past January. And I decided I got to start betting on myself and doing things for myself. Wanted to be my own boss for the longest time. And I took a leap of faith and just started doing that this year. Really, I did gig work part-time last year, but really this year full-time since January. So I managed restaurants for 18 years.
Damn, that's crazy. You quit the casino and now I'm living in a casino.
Yeah. Hey, casinos are great. Casinos are great. They pay well. But it got to the point where I'm not going to do this forever. So I made a very impulsive decision, but I wouldn't have changed it for the world. So the last 6 months has been really cool. So
yes, you eventually got to grab life by the horns and take it in your own control.
100%.
People are going to get tired of people pushing them around and telling them what to do. And
100%.
A great way to get that started,
Yeah.
And of course, you also started on the YouTube stuff, right? How long ago did you do that?
Yeah, I started doing gig work full time this January of this year. And then, I learned from YouTube. You were one of the first channels I kind of watched, and My Driver Mike, UDM and DoorDash Dad. And there was a couple other ones out there that I kind of learned some things from, right? And I used to do Uber rideshare too last year a little bit, and I do it now. And I always thought if I had a camera in my car, man, the stories I could show people, it'd be really good content, right? And my girlfriend was like, you should just, make a channel and see what happens. And I did it. I guess it's been about 15 weeks. So it hasn't been that long, but I just trying to help people out and just kind of chronicleize the journey. And then eventually when I have my business up and running next year, it's kind of chronicalizing that, so I can, from the beginning to the end, So I just started it with the iPhone in my car and recorded stuff. And then that was it. And it's been really, it's been cool, but it's pretty simple. My channel's, it's simple videos, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's better when it's simple though. And I'm honestly, now that you say that, I'm really jealous because it took me 3 years to get to 2,000 subscribers.
Yeah, no, I think some people, I've done some interviews. I did an interview with Chad. I know you did one as well. I did one with More Finance Blake yesterday or 2 days ago, and I think some people are surprised that it's. I'm surprised that it's gotten decent amount of subs in a very short amount of time. But I honestly think it's just because like I kind of keep it simple and I'm very consistent. I do a video every day.
Yep, that's what it is.
I've a video every day since I started, and I do some lives and things every once a week. So I think it's just kind of catching on a little bit. And I try to be kind of positive on my videos. Like I give people the real stuff and like I dissect orders and things, but like I don't, it's not like all doom and gloom. You know, I might talk about the negative stuff, but I try to keep it positive and kind of, I think a lot of new dashers come onto YouTube every day. So I'm trying to like show them like that you can make money doing this.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid about all the negative stuff because there's a lot. DoorDash is in the news mostly for all bad stuff. Their PR is all bad.
Yeah.
But you can still with them if you're smart. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, true. So are you at a point yet where you're making any money off YouTube yet? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, I am. So I got monetized May 11th. Yeah, monetized May 11th. So I haven't gotten paid yet, but I can see, you know, you can see your revenue and what you've made in May and what I've made so far in June. So it's been really good, man. It's exceeded expectations. So it's been cool.
Yeah, that's nice. When that paycheck comes in, it's going to be like very rewarding. Probably I legitimately threw a party when I got $200, but I've been going for 3 years without getting paid. You're only at like 3 months or so. So
yeah, no, for me, it's definitely rewarding because you know, like you got it. You do a lot of things behind the scenes of the videos. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of work that goes into it and recording and you're dashing and you're got a camera and you're recording drop offs. Like, you know, it's a lot of work and it takes time. Right. So it's definitely cool. It's to be honest, it's come kind of easy to me for me. So I'm a little reluctant, like, oh, like how, like, I feel like it was too easy in some ways. So that scares me a little bit, but at the end of the day, like, yeah, it's going to be super cool to get that first check and I'm going to put it towards the business and reinvest it. And that's kind of why I wanted to do the monetization when I found out about it. Cause that wasn't the goal in the beginning to have the channel. But when I thought you can make some money, you might as well do it. So.
Yeah, definitely. And so you've been going up like what, like 900 subscribers a month or so? Is that what you're at?
Yes, yeah. I had the last month it's gone up quite a bit. Like I think in May, I added like over 2,000 subscribers in the month of May. So yeah, but I'm all over and I do videos every day and like interviews and like listen, man, listen, Tanner, I bet on myself. I had these shirts made, bro, when I had no subs and when I dash, I wear these shirts. And I talk to people about it in the St. Louis area and I tell them to check the channel out. Like, so I'm living and breathing it every single day. Like you got all your businesses and you promote yourself. Like I do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's like financial freedom though, especially like I would say it's only going to be a few more months before YouTube's like a full-time job for you. Like it took me 3 years before it became a full-time job. And it's been the most rewarding experience. Like ever since then, it was just like a giant weight was lifted off my shoulders because now it's like I don't have to dash all day long every single day. Before it was like it was like I always say, like it was like running up an escalator going the opposite direction. Like I was making money, but my car was devaluing so quickly and I didn't plan on having a DoorDash this year, but like COVID kind of threw me a curveball and I was not ready for it. But thank God I like got on unemployment and used that unemployment money to like kind of survive off and go full time on DoorDash or on YouTube doing the DoorDash stuff. Because before I was kind of reluctant to do the delivery driving stuff because I was like, my channel's like action sports based and all my followers are probably like, what the hell is this DoorDash stuff? And then as soon as I could, like this year on January 1st, I committed. I was like, all right, we're going full time on the delivery driving stuff. And ever since then, it was like, it like went from like $200 a month to like over $2,000 a month. So it was like
awesome.
Yeah, once you put your mind to it, it finally goes, you know. So what apps are you on exactly?
So I got DoorDash, I do Uber, I started last year when I started doing gig work. I started with Uber because I used to take Ubers around, and my daughter at the time had a trip she wanted to take that we wanted to pay for, and I said, hey, you know what? I can probably do Uber in a couple months and pay for the trip doing it that way, right? Because that's just how my brain like works. If I have like a big expense that's unexpected, I figure out how do I pay for it without dipping into anything else, you know? Sure. And so I said, I can just work my regular casino job, Uber on the weekends, Uber at night, Uber my days off, and then I'll make that extra $5,000, right? Yeah. And I did it quickly, and then it became kind of addicting. And I was like, ooh, the money was coming in. I can make $200 driving people around on my day off. Why not, right? Yep. And then it morphed into, I got Postmates. I did that for a month, didn't like it. And then I got to DoorDash, and then I did DoorDash and Uber very, very part-time last year, and then full-time this year. So those, I only have Uber and DoorDash. That's it.
Uber Eats or Uber?
Both. I have both. So my account started as a rideshare account, and then I added the Uber Eats like last summer. I think I've only done like 300 deliveries on Uber Eats, but I've done almost 1,000 ride shares. But when I log in, I could turn one on, turn one off, have them all on, and I have them all on. And I just take the best offer that comes to me. So
do you do multi-apps at the same time? Have you tried that?
I have. I've done that just in the last month.
Yeah.
I did it last year for a little bit with Postmates and DoorDash, and I didn't like it. It was too much. I didn't know what I was doing. It's going off, and I was like, you know what, I can't. But in this last month, I started getting other people's advice and seeing, you know what, you can do it, and you can pause it or end it and take the best offer, and it allows you to like maximize your time. So I do, both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how often you actually get two deliveries that go at like in the same direction now, because I was like so surprised. Like at first I was just kind of taking way too many deliveries at once, and I was like going like one way and then the other, and I was like pulling my hair. I was like, oh my God, they're taking too long. And eventually I started chilling out and doing that, and eventually I stopped because it was just Postmates, and Postmates is just kind of a waste of my time. Compared to DoorDash, at least. When I first started doing DoorDash, it was $7 minimum, which is like, I can't believe we used to have the $7 minimum. Going back, it was like, damn, that was the good days. Why did someone
$7?
I just did a video on this. I haven't uploaded it yet, but someone sued DoorDash because they're $7 minimums, because they were actually taking tips, kind of, you know, it was just not transparent. But in a way, they were covering the gap between $3 and $7. And it was good for everyone, you know, except for the fact that there was hidden tips and stuff. But like every order was $7, so it's like, how can you really complain about that?
Yeah.
But
in market, if I had a $7 base pay, I'd still get $7 trash orders, right? People don't tip, but most of my orders would probably be 11 or 12 bucks, and I'd be able to make 200 bucks in like 6 hours if my base pay was $7.
Yeah.
But you know, when I started, it was 3. I've only known 3 until last week when they cut it down to 225. So,
yeah. So, which are your favorite YouTubers to watch, and who are there? Like, who do you take inspiration from and try to model your videos off of?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. So, yeah. I don't watch TV, man. I watch YouTube. It's weird. Like the last 2 years, like even during the pandemic, bro, like I did not watch TV, and most people started watching. I just don't watch TV, but I watch YouTube and, you know, occasional Netflix and stuff. But like my YouTube channel or my YouTube content's basically, I watch a lot. I do a lot of sports highlights, and I watch like sports stuff, sports themed stuff, inspirational things. I watch a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But there was one channel that I really started liking in the beginning of this year. It's called Craigslist Hunter, and it's a guy out in Chicago.
Yes, Hunter.
And he has Craigslist Hunter, and his channel is about, he has like a shop of, it's like a pawn shop basically, right?
Yeah.
And he's out in the Chicagoland area, and he films like his interactions with his customers, and he talks about him going to getting resale things and flipping them, and like he's super knowledgeable. And he just was really good with the cam. Like it was a really entertaining channel. So I got a lot of like of my the way I try to keep it real and like relatable from him. And then I would watch guys like you and UDM, Driver Mike. I got some of the stuff as far as helping people, the business part of like doing gig work from like Driver Mike and how he could be analytical and giving people really good tips. So I kind of take a little bit from everybody. I would watch DoorDash Dad a little bit and how he would be in his car. And I was like, you know what? I want to do it from my car as well, you know? So, and you start your videos in your car with the ones I've seen. So I just kind of, I take a little bit from everybody as far as like how long the videos are, the content, what videos of theirs did well. And then I just put my own, like I just be me and I just put my own personality in it. And I've kind of done it to where I want it to be about, I'm talking about DoorDash and gig work, but I'm also talking about like, what are you doing for yourself? As far as like, what are you doing gig work for? Where are you going to be in a year? What's a 5-year plan? Like, what are you doing gig work just to make money? Because that's really bad. Yeah. Or are you doing it because you have a plan and you have a dream? You know, so the channel's going to morph into a lot about like betting on yourself and like your goals and like things like that, and challenging yourself. But originally it started because I was doing DoorDash and like people like that on YouTube, right? Like it's people watch that content, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I put the thing in my middle name. I was like, you know, that's what it seems like people want, right? Yeah. So those are some of the people I watch, and I watch like some comedy stuff on there. There's, you know, a lot of that kind of stuff I watch too. So because I don't watch any TV.
So similar mindset to mine. I was watching a lot of your videos for the last week, and you can put a lot of effort into them. They're really good, actually. I was impressed. Thanks. Like there's a lot more work that you put in your videos than I do, for sure. I'm pretty lazy with it now, but I've been doing it for a while. I would suggest you read Your Next 5 Moves. That's a really good book for someone in the same like position as you are. That's by Passionate David. That's like my favorite YouTuber to watch.
Okay, I'll check.
I like that one. Your Next 5 Moves. It talks all about like being 5 moves ahead, and how if you're just doing DoorDash at one time, you know, you're not planned ahead. You know, you're just doing one order, then the next one comes in. If you have at least a plan, like I call it casual dashing, like you're going here, 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 and try to doing as many things at one time, kind of creates like the 4-hour work week and makes everything at least efficient, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I noticed you had something else going for you. It's like you're helping other businesses in the city.
Yeah. So the goal is, so the first quarter of 2022 is I try to come up with solutions. I think DoorDash is obviously great for a lot of reasons, right? But it's not sustainable as far as in my market to help the local small business, okay? Because the local small business needed it out of necessity to stay afloat during a pandemic, but they don't have any relationship. DoorDash doesn't have any relationships with these merchants. And a lot of merchants, DoorDash has a really bad name, okay? With the staff, with the business owners. So for me, you know, I want to help them bring their goods and services to the customers without charging them the crazy third-party fees, but also they'll have a relationship with me and my team, right? So if something's going on, we could meet once a month. They'll have my phone number, my email, and I'm going to keep it very local, very small. So, you know, if I have 30 restaurants or 30 merchants and keep it within a 20-mile radius, that's all I'm looking to do. I'm not going to have all of St. Louis. I'm not going to work with McDonald's and Walmart. It's going to be local businesses only, and that'll be our niche. And that'll, you know, that's what will help, and that's who we're catered to. And there isn't anybody doing that in St. Louis right now. And I see that there's a need, because in my market, there are a lot of small businesses, and they're bigger businesses. They do good revenue as far as the restaurant goes. Maybe they do 50,000 in sales, or another one only does 20K or something. But like the money's there, and people are still going to order food online. They still want to have it delivered. That's not going to go away, I don't think. And there's going to be other things that people want to order online. So I just want to help the local small mom and pop business bring their goods and services, but also they'll know that they can talk to Pedro, because right now they can't really talk to DoorDash. DoorDash puts local small businesses on their website, and the local business doesn't even know about it. Yep. And to me, that's like an abuse of power, right? So part of me doing DoorDash is also market research for my business, so that I could meet these folks, have meetings with them. They get to learn about me, my work ethic, my business model. And I've only met with 2 people so far that I've actually had like a business meeting with, and we sat down and talked. But eventually, you know, if I can just I got to start small. If I get 10 people, if I get 10 businesses signed up,
Yep.
I'll still make money, and, you know, we're going to give it a go. So
Yeah.
the biggest thing will be getting drivers, because I'm going to need hundreds of them. And that'll be like the kind of the last phase of it, is getting, you know, making sure I can have enough people to fulfill the orders that we have. So we'll see. I'm in the infancy stage of it, you know, but I do DoorDash to make money, and I YouTube it, but I also do it to help my business and work. You know, I need to build these relationships with these local people. So
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure the business idea will slowly morph in slight different directions, and kind of guide your way through. That's how it started for me. Like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a social media business. No, I'm gonna do a footwear business or a clothing line. Nope, footwear, I guess. Okay, we'll do that, and then it like just eventually you get to where you are, and is this kind of like your first business you've started?
Absolutely. Yeah. I was always just, you know, never went to college or anything. I was just a worker, man. You know, I just worked. And then anywhere I worked, like I was a manager or something. I worked my way up. Ever since I started working, I've made more money every year. And I felt proud about that. Since every year my salary went up or whatever. And I always thought that was good. But then just in the last 2 years, I thought, you know what, like, somebody else is telling me what I'm worth. Like, I'm worth more than that. So I need to bet on myself. I need to, I'm still young enough where I could figure it out. I was tired of taking a salary and then having to work 60 hours a week. And like, it's not what I wanted to be in 10 years. So yeah, this is the first time I've been entrepreneurial as like actually doing stuff. I've always had thoughts, but I never had the action behind it.
Yeah, I always say you can't teach entrepreneurship. I know a lot of people that go to school and that's like their major is entrepreneurship. I'm like, you can't go to school to be an entrepreneur. You kind of have to be forced into it, Like for me, I was super depressed. My ex-girlfriend had just cheated on me. I was like, I just quit my corporate job and I had just happened to read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it was just a perfect storm. And I was like, all right, fuck it. I don't care if I don't make any money this year, but I'm not working for anyone else, no matter what. Never again am I going to work for someone else.
Yeah.
It was such a struggle at first. Like I was doing Postmates like 12 hours a day. I didn't know what I was doing. I was barely making enough money to get by. I had just moved to Las Vegas. I didn't know anyone. And like the first year was a nightmare. And the second year was like a little bit easier. Like I got on DoorDash and stuff. And I was like, okay, at least DoorDash, I'm making like twice as much money. And then it took about like 3.5 years to for YouTube. And like I started YouTube, the footwear company, and my stunt show pretty much all within the same year. So it's kind of a dumb, like I just happened to start them all at the same time. Really dumb idea, but I dug myself in a gigantic hole, and I was like, by the time we get out of this damn hole, I'm going to be rich, though. So 3 years, and I'm finally here, though.
You jumped, and guy, kudos to you. It sounds like you took some negatives and you turned them in. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I'm out, buddy. I'm going to do me. Like, and I had similar, like the last year, a lot has happened in my life personally. And I thought, you know what? Like, nah, I can do more. I could do better. I'm not going to, I have to like, at some point, like, jump in that pool. I don't want to just look at that pool and like everybody's having fun and maybe the water's cold. No, I got to jump in. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I literally just like left my job, and I was making good money, Tanner. Like I was making good money.
Yeah.
And definitely took a risk, and I'm betting on myself, but I've never been happier too. Like my nephew has a baseball game. I can go see it. If I got something going on with my family, I can always say yes to the things that are really important to me. Whereas like years ago, I'd say, I don't know, I got to work, or I don't know, maybe I'll see if I can leave work early. Now I'm not doing it anymore. Like if I got to go somewhere, I just turn the dash off. I stop recording. I stop doing what I'm doing, and I go do it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of freedom.
Yeah. And eventually that YouTube, I have always said YouTube is the ultimate freedom, because it's like passive income that comes in every single month. And not only are you making that ad revenue that's passive, there's so many other deals like sponsorship deals and other things that come your way. Like I've been getting so much shit sent to me the last few months. I don't even know what to do with it. So it's like, not only are you getting sent all this random free stuff, like you're out there, you're marketing yourself, everyone knows who you are. And as long as you're putting out good information and like helping other people, I think that your channel will organically just keep growing and growing and growing. Like there's like two kinds of channels, you know, we were talking about it earlier. There's the doom and gloom channels that just talk about the news and like, this is what's happening. But I mean, like Pay to Drive, like it's just a bunch of like negative stuff in my opinion. I don't really watch him, but all I've seen from that channel is like a lot of negativity, and it's kind of like he's reading the news, you know? And I like channels like UDM, your channel, where if you just keep putting out information and you're helping your audience and growing, it's organically just going to keep going. You know, people come back to you and they're like, man, this is all the stuff I learned. And when I see that in the comment section, I'm like, that is so cool. Like I see so many people started YouTube channels because I was like, man, should I make this video on like how much I'm making on YouTube? I don't know, but I put it out there anyways. And so many people have started channels just based on that video. And I was like,
that is
free income, you know, or not free income.
That is cool.
Passive income.
I get those comments too about, hey, you've helped me, I'm new, and it feels good because when I started the channel, I wanted to help. My thing was the first 10 videos I talked about, hey, I want to get to 1K subscribers, and it wasn't because of the monetization, because I didn't know about that at that point. My rationale was if I get 1,000 people, and I thought that's a low number, but it's achievable. It's an attainable goal, right? I was like, I can do it in a few months. Well, maybe it takes a year. Who cares? But if I got 1,000, I can help 100 people a day. I thought maybe 100 people would watch out of the 1,000, and I can help those 100 people. And I felt good about that, you know?
Yeah.
But you mentioned like a Pete from Pay to Drive. Like I actually collab with him a little bit, but I mentioned it because
I'm just playing, Pete.
No. He ain't gonna care. It doesn't matter. But I only say that because, you know, transparency. We're going to talk about, you know, Paro and being transparent. But I saw the reaction video you did to him. I thought it was like funny, right? And then, you know, he said something and he reached out to me, and like I do like a little snippet of some like DoorDash news, and he puts it on his channel and stuff. But, you know, I like collabing with a lot of people, because even if I don't necessarily agree, and it's not that I don't agree with what he does, it's like even if I don't agree, maybe I can like learn something, because I feel like if I only am around people that think exactly like me and have a channel exactly like me, I'm not going to grow in any way, right? So like I like to be able to like get to know other people and like help them and they help me. You know, I get things from Pete and I learn things. I can collab with you and I can learn something. Maybe I collab with Blake or Blake from More Finance and I can learn something from that. You know what I mean? But you know, he's obviously been doing it like a long time. And I think he probably started in his car and now he's on the couch, I guess. I don't know. But
yeah, I mean, he's lighting on the wrong side of the camera.
Yeah, I remember.
Pete, come on. Turn the couch around.
Yeah, you know, to me, he seems like a cool guy. I think he's got good intentions. I think YouTube, though, can get you like, you start like, you want to put content out that people want to watch, right? So you're going to put in things that might be doom and gloom, but there's still information in it. Probably, you know, there's still factual information. But yeah, I think it's funny because like there's a lot of us YouTube content creators, and I think we all kind of like, oh, he does that right, but I don't agree with that. And I think that's healthy. I think that's really good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I think so too. And I hope he doesn't take offense. Like I poke fun at kind of everything.
Yeah, I don't.
So it is what it is.
I saw the one. So I saw the UDM one, but that was easy, you know. And I saw UDM. You interviewed him. You know, he's a chill guy. Yeah. But the one I thought was super funny was Chad the Gig Economist, because when he was stretching and you were giving him crap about, like, that was hilarious. And I think he's got a good sense of humor, so he understood it, you know.
Yeah.
But really good to watch, man. I watched that like twice because I thought I was cracking myself up in the car, because your fitness, like, you like do flips and you're doing all this stuff, and he's like stretching in his dad jeans, and I think it was
with running shoes on. with running shoes.
Yeah, it was funny, man.
Shout out Chad the Gig Economist. He's funny.
Shout out. Shout out to all those guys all day, man, all day.
Yeah, that's what my whole thing was. I was trying to bring everyone together, you know, like I was like, man, how could like, because everyone's been doing their own thing, and I've been doing the YouTube stuff for years. Like I've just been kind of dabbling in the Postmate stuff, but I've been doing it since 2017, and like no one has ever really collabed with each other and stuff. It's been like barely, you know, it's pretty rare. So my whole thing was like, I'm just gonna start like reacting to videos and making fun of people, and hopefully we can all like, I mean, if you do YouTube, you have to have like kind of thick skin, because if you read those damn comments, man, you'll like go so depressed, man. Sometimes they just keep coming in. I'm just like, oh fuck.
I don't, you know, I'm older than you, so like for me, like my skin's thick, right? So I might read comments, and like we're all human beings, like we're gonna feel a certain way, you know, like that's natural. But like I don't pay it much mind, because like I just like, these are men or women that like obviously they got some issues, and that's why they want to be trolls. So I don't even give them attention. Like a few people said some like really outlandish things, and I just blocked them. I didn't even respond. Some people have said things, and I thought, yeah, there's kind of trollish, and I might respond. Like I might like question what they're saying, but like it hasn't gotten really bad or anything yet. I'm sure it'll happen, but like I try not to even, I read it, but I don't try to like sit in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah. Man, there's been a few comments that I sit there for like the next hour, and I'm like, damn, that one struck a nerve.
No, I hear you.
That one.
I hear you. It's hard not to. It's hard not to, man.
Like someone was like, his voice is so annoying, and I was just like, fuck, I hate my voice too. Damn, we got
on your insecurities, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I hear you, man. Like it, you know, some people make fun of my hair. I got big ears, you know, my teeth aren't perfect, you know, like people have said things, and like these are things I know about myself already. But like now it's like I'm comfortable with myself, where it's like, you know what, like I think about it for a second, but then I'm like, I don't even know them. Like I don't even know this person. You know, in the picture that's on their photo, it's probably not even them. So why do I even care? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and like Joe Rogan always says, Michael Jordan's not leaving YouTube comments. You know, the people that are leaving those comments aren't doing so well.
He is not. He's actually doing something.
Yeah. So I wish the best for everyone who's leaving YouTube comments that are negative on this video.
It's crazy, man.
Just don't do it. Spread positivity. We have enough negativity in this world already.
Absolutely. 100% agree.
But yeah, I love those reaction videos, because for the last few years, I was trying to do stand-up comedy. And like after the first video, I was kind of like, this is kind of almost like stand-up comedy. I was thinking of stuff, and then I was like writing notes down of like what I was going to say. And I was like, oh, this is turned into like kind of stand-up, you know? Like I have this long list of like 10 pages of shit that I've been writing down that I think is funny. And then I go back when I'm sober, and I'm like, that shit's not really funny, but I'm going to turn this into like a little comedy bit.
I've got like 170 videos. You could pick any one. I'm sure I got some crazy stuff. You could rip me to shreds. I think it would be fantastic. By all means, anytime you want to do that with one of mine, please. I would love to see it, and I would laugh right along with you, man. So
all right. They gotta get ruthless. You know, if you're too nice, like I feel like I was almost too nice in the UDM one. Like I could have gone a little harder. I was interviewed him the next day.
We're a little bit nice. And I can be kind of opinionated, so I can say things in some of my videos that like I might think is factual for me, but it's probably really absurd. You know what I'm saying? So but you know, it's YouTube, man. Like we got to be able to have humility a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I did want to talk to you a little bit about the tip transparency stuff. So do you use Para, and what is your thoughts on it?
I do not use Para. When it came out, I first saw it from Mr. Flex. He has a channel, and I think he had like the Para app in like a while back, and then I saw one of his lives, or he did like a tutorial on how to sign up for it. And I remember looking at it like, wow, that's awesome. Like, what is this, you know? And I didn't know about like the TOS, and I didn't know about like enough about it. And I thought, ooh, maybe I'll sign up for that, because like yeah, well, who doesn't want to know about all that, right? And then I started seeing other people talk about, well, it's against the terms of service, maybe you'll get deactivated. So then I paused. I was like, okay, hold on, let me think a little bit, right? Let me get more information before I just do something one way or the other, right?
Yeah.
And then I thought, okay, well, I kind of in my channel, I dissect orders. And if you know your market enough, I can get within $1 or $2 95% of the time if there's going to be, if it shows $7, 8 items, sushi, okay, that's a $16 order. And I just know that, right? Because I've done delivery. So I thought, okay, do I want to take the risk of deactivation, even if it's 1% chance, right? Do I want to do that? Because then that would really, that would hurt, right? It hurt my YouTube channel. It would hurt if I got deactivated, it might hurt that. Then I got to just do Uber. It hurts my business as far as building relationships, because if I can't dash, I don't get to know as many people, right? So that's why I didn't sign up for it. And then it was like a barrage of YouTube content creators, myself included. You're involved in that because you actually have it and you talk about it openly, which is cool. But then it was just like so much information, and like I didn't know what was real and what was fake. And you know what I'm saying? It's hard, right? Because you're hearing so many different perspectives. My thing is, I haven't signed up for it. I don't use it. I think that it's a choice thing. If you want to use it, you should be able to use it, and you should not be deactivated for it, right? They should change the TOS, I think. But if you don't want to use it because you have a feeling about, hey, I don't want to be deactivated, I want to wake up in the morning and know that Dasher app will be on for me, which is kind of where I lean right now, then that's fine too. You know what I'm saying? You can still make money, right? But for me, I don't have it. I never plan on signing up for it. But like as the Dash gig economy evolves, and as DoorDash, they change something every week or every month, right? So as things evolve, then my mind might change and shift to like what I'm available to think about. Because as of now, like I think you said it just in like a couple weeks ago, I saw your video, like nobody's been deactivated, right? But that's from the Para side. So has nobody been deactivated? Who really knows? I don't know. That's the thing. So for me, if there's that 1% chance of getting deactivated from it, it's like I don't even want to risk it. And at some point, like that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? So
yeah, for sure. So I always tell people in my videos, like, if DoorDash is your only source of income, probably shouldn't do it. I did it because I obviously barely DoorDash anymore, and it's not that big of a deal for me to get deactivated, really, just being completely honest. I've actually been working with them since before they had anything. So they actually approached me when they first started the app, and were just asking me for questions like, hey, what would you do to like make this app good? And I was like, you promote it.
How long ago was that?
6 months at least, if not longer. So
okay.
It wasn't even an app yet. It was just like what do you call it? I don't know, a beta testing app or something like that. So originally it would just show you like for tax reasons and help you with that kind of stuff. I was like, hey, like I love the app and I love your guys' motivation to help dashers out and help people like track their money and do multi-earning stuff, but I'm not going to promote it unless like I can really stand behind the app. It has to be something that I can fully stand behind. If there's no value yet, I'm not going to like help you guys out until then. They came out with the group chat and stuff. And then there was more things added. And I was like, okay, now we're getting pretty legit. And the first time I like actually made a post, I was like, okay, I'm on board with Para. It was right before they had the tip transparency, but they had the group chat, they had the mile tracker and all the other stuff. Because I think it's really important because for one, I was like talking about how much money I made on DoorDash like last year or something. And I went back to look and I was like, oh, DoorDash doesn't even tell me how much I made anymore. Like that's weird that they would delete that.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to promote this. And then they were like, hey, we're coming out with the tip transparency stuff. And I didn't fully understand tip transparency. I thought originally the post tips were coming from people who were actually tipping after the order came in. So I would like legitimately, I would drop off someone's order and then I would sit in front of their driveway for about 2 minutes before I completed the order. Cause I thought for some reason in my head, I was like, if I sit out here for 2 more minutes, then maybe they'll like give me that post tip. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't realize that DoorDash was just straight up hiding tips from us and like trying to get us more accustomed to taking smaller orders. And then when they kind of told me that, and I like used the tip transparency the first time, and I was like, whoa, there's a lot of like, because I'm pretty picky when it comes to like DoorDash stuff. Like, if it's not going in the direction that I want to be driving, I won't do it. But now that I have the tip transparency stuff, like, it matters a lot less if I see an order that pays an extra $10 and it goes the wrong direction. I'm like, well, shit, that's an extra $10 though, so I'll do it. Like, and it's like almost, I would say every 3 orders comes in and you get a notification, you're like, oh damn, that one's a good one. Like, I'll find an extra 10 minutes to go deliver that one. So for me, that was when I was like, yeah, I'm actually going to start promoting this, because if other people are using multi-apps and that kind of stuff, then it makes more sense for them to try it. And I know, of course, there's the possible chance of someone getting deactivated, but for one, like, I think if it's like a whole community on Para, you know, there's so many people in the group chat. If one person got deactivated, it'd be very unlikely that they wouldn't reach out to Para, say something in the group chat, say something to me in my videos or something, you know. And so as far as we know, no one's been deactivated. And I'm actually going to have one of the technicians of Para come on and explain how they encrypt your data, so that way DoorDash won't know who's actually using it. So it is like hidden. They can like, it's kind of like using a private browser or something on your web. So it's not like they can actually know who's using it. There's been a lot of misinformation out there. And I know Pete was one of them that like kind of said, oh, people were getting deactivated and stuff. It's not true though. No one, he said that when there was like 1,000 users. It would have been really easy to track when there was only 1,000 users. There's like almost 30,000 users on there now. So it's been growing like crazy. And I don't know. I like using it. I love it. And it makes dashing way easier for me now. It's like a lot more peace of mind.
I see that. And for somebody like me, and for people like you're saying, if DoorDash, let's say you only have DoorDash and Uber, right? Or DoorDash and Grubhub, to think about half of your earnings or whatever percentage of DoorDash that makes could possibly be taken away, that's scary. You know what I'm saying? It's scary. Like me, if I used it and I got deactivated, I'd figure it out, right? And I got other things going on, but I think I'm in that 5 percentile that would be, you know what I'm saying? That would figure it out. A lot of other people doing gig work, they're paying the bills. Like they really, really, really need it. And maybe they haven't decided to bet on themselves yet, and they don't have a goal yet. And I want to help them, challenge their way of thinking. That's part of my channel. But, for me, it's kind of like, I think there's 2 ways of thinking. And one isn't right or wrong. But for me, it's like, when we had those old video games, some people want to learn how to beat the game by themselves. And some people want to get the cheat codes, you know? And it's not, some people want the cheat code because that's fun for them and it's just exciting. And other people don't want it, and that's exciting. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, I sometimes enjoy being able to know, you know what? I know that order is going to be more. And I actually show it on my channel. Hey guys, this is going to be more. Let me show you how to find it. And then it winds up being more. And it's kind of like a fun little game I play. And I shouldn't have to do it, because DoorDash should just show us every single morsel, right? They should do it, right? It's stupid, that really rather ridiculous, but they don't care. So, but I get positives. There's definitely positives to it. And then for me, I have a channel and I've talked about not using it, so it's just, it's a weird thing. It's definitely a gray area. I see guys like, you use it, but I see like Mr. Flex uses it and he makes a lot of money. Guy, he's making over $2,000 every week, and he uses it and he talks about using it. So, that's definitely enticing, because, he puts in the hours, but obviously he's getting most of his orders are probably $12 to $15 is probably his average, which is great. My average is probably $7 or $8, so it's definitely something I've thought about. But, for me, like, and that 1% chance. It's the one thing that kind of like makes me have pause. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I haven't even tried it in my local area. Like when I go back to Vegas, because it's only been for like a month or so that it's really been out and available. So I only when I do the daily dash, I go out and I do 1 or 2 orders a day. So I'd be interested to see how much I could actually make using the app, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully eventually you try it out and come to the dark side.
That's part of this collab. And, I think it's good to talk about, two people that have a different opinion about something or a different way of looking at things can still talk about it, and maybe I learned something from you, maybe you learned something from me. And we just, we have an honest conversation. I think that's really good for the community too. You know what I'm saying? But what you said, I didn't know about, and I've thought about this and heard it from other people, is the group chat. I didn't know they had that in there. That's cool, because I like to, if I'm in a St. Louis market and I notice the store's closed or they got long wait times, it'd be nice to be able to go on. And I get like an email, and some people in here have my number and they say, hey, Pedro, the Wendy's is closed or whatever, right? But, that group chat capability is probably really helpful. It can be on some really big shifts, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they actually have group chats for each area too. So that's the one thing that like really stood out for me. I was like, oh, cool. Like if you're in Las Vegas, everyone can coordinate with each other and stuff.
Yeah, that to me, that's actually more or equally beneficial as the hidden tips, because I don't know how many times you get to a place on a Monday and they're ran operationally good, and then maybe Wednesday they're not, but you got to go there, unassign an order, waste 20 minutes, waste gas and mileage, when if you knew that place was closed or they got long wait times, you could just decline it already and save yourself that time. So for me, that group chat thing is very, very interesting.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite features about it. So it's been about an hour. I'm probably gonna let you go pretty soon. Do you have anything else you want to kind of say to the audience, or any other tips you got out there?
Man, like if my channel's about, I have a really cheesy, but I think some people like it, kind of catchphrase, and it came to me one day. So my channel's really, it's about gig work and showing people hidden tips and showing people the real. I show people the good, the bad, the ugly. I don't just tell you, hey, I made $1,000 this week and everything is great. Like bad stuff too, right? So you can learn from it. But like, I'm really big on like making sure people are betting on themselves, they're setting goals, and they're doing it one day at a time. Like that's what my channel is really about. And I would just say, I would challenge people to kind of make that your own. That could go for anything. It could go for getting yourself in shape, eating better, making more money at work. It could be with your family. Like it starts with you. I think when you start betting on yourself and you feel good about yourself, that allows you to do a lot of things that you want to do. And I think too many of us, and I was guilty of this for the longest time of my life, right? Trying to like get an attainable object, or I want to make this kind of money, but like I wasn't ready myself yet to be able to know how to do that. And we tend to like jump steps, like I want to make $100,000 at my job. Well, how are you going to do that, right? Or I want to dash and make $1,000 this week. Well, how are you going to do that? You have to do it one day at a time. It just doesn't happen. So that's, my channel's about that. And I would like to continue to challenge people and collab with people like you to kind of get that kind of message out. Because I think we don't talk about it enough in gig work. We're stuck in the rat race of every day, waking up, doing it. But like, what are your goals? Like, why are you doing it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, got to have a goal. Like for me, it was to fund my businesses and to make it to where I didn't have to take any money out of my businesses. And it paid off huge. I always tell people that. So
yeah, that's awesome.
As long as you're doing it and you have a plan.
That's awesome.
So that being said, I'm going to let you go. Everyone can find you. It's Pedro Doordash Santiago.
That's it right there, brother.
Yeah. Do you have those shirts available for sale or what?
I do not. I'm going to be making some. I'll be giving them away mostly. I'll just be giving them away. At some point, the channel really gets big, maybe I sell them. But I'm not going to sell these. I'll have some ones that my girlfriend's designing, some really, really, really dope shirts that are going to say bet on you, set goals. And I might just have bet on you. And then we're going to design some shirts that I do a thing in my channel where if I get a trash order, I do a Kobe. I say Kobe and I pretend like I'm shooting a trash can order into a trash can. So I'm going to make some of those kind of shirts, and I'm going to be giving them away at like a lot. But at some point, make money, but I want to give them away because people have been asking about it and stuff. So more to come on that.
Yeah, the giveaways are fun. I like to throw in giveaways like every once in a while. You never know what part of the video it's going to be in. Like, oh, here's free pair of shoes, first person to comment this or something.
Absolutely, man. I think that's cool. I think people like that kind of stuff too. So
yeah, cool. All right, so everyone, go follow Pedro or subscribe to Pedro's channel. It's probably one of my top favorite channels to watch. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
See you guys.